Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. So in this video I'd like to share my recent analytics based on a survey result. I got this result from one of my client. So it's about a survey on a targeted system in that particular organization, and the total sampling of one of our respondents participated in the survey. So I need to get the answer for all the 6 breakdown analysis. First is to determine the percentage of respondents completed the survey less than 30 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes, and more than 60 minutes. And secondly, I need to get the overall average of satisfaction rating from those 105 respondents. And then I need to zoom in to know the percentage of respondents that give the rating of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And for number 3 and number 4, this is more on the correlation analysis, to find is there any correlation that the rating is depending on a specific section, and also does the rating depending on the usage frequency of the user on that system. And then number 5 is to get to know how many number or the count of participant and the percentage of the participant agree that the system need to be improved further. And lastly, number 6 is more on the predictive analytics. Since this survey is coming from 105 sampling, so I need to predict the percentage of participants agree for the system to be improved further if the survey is extended to more sampling respondents. So to answer all this question, I will be using Minitab, one of the commonly used Lean Six Sigma statistical software. So I need to first extract the data from the Excel file given to me. Alright, so this is the Excel file. Alright, so for the first question, first I need to get the time taken for every single respondent to complete the survey. So in this case, I will be inserting a new column and name that new column C4 as a lead time. So this is where I will be using the calculator function, store result in variable. I need to store the result in this C4, so I select C4, and since I need to get the result in time, so this is where I use the elapsed time function, which is the end date minus the start date sign as formula, then I'll get everything calculated for me. So the next thing is I need to group for those who are able to finish less than 30 minutes as one group, for those that takes 30 to 60 minutes as another group, and then for those who took more than 1 hour as another group. So for that particular reason, I need to do some coding here. So this is where I use data recode to data search time. So what I need to do is to recode the result from C4. So C4 will be my original column and need to be put or select in this record value in the following column box. And the method is range. So for those who are able to complete between or less than 30 minutes. So this is how I write down the statement. The recorded value, just give a 30 minutes group name for those respondents within this range, and for those able to complete within 30 minutes to 1 hour, just give a name as 1 hour completion group, and for those who took more than 1 hour, so endpoint can be 2 or 3 hours, but I just want to be safe, I put 100 hours. So this is where group 2, and select both endpoint, click OK. So what Minitab did, so this is how Minitab categorize or group everything. If you can see, for respondent 1 up until respondent 15, all of them able to finish less than 30 minutes, so it will group into one group. So from here, I use this data and visualize by using pie chart. Pie chart on the recorded lead time, pie option. Let's say we order the slice by increasing volume. Labels just for better visualization. I select all these things, and this is the result that I get. Okay, so from here we can determine there are 3 participant or respondent that takes 30 to 1 hour. 4 of them, which is equivalent to 3.8, took more than 1 hours, and majority, which is 98 participant or 93.3%, taking less than 30 minutes. So this is the answer for number 1. Okay, and for number 2 is to determine the overall average satisfaction rating from the 105 respondent, and then zoom in and get the percentage of respondent for each scale. So for this purpose, I need to use another descriptive analytics, which is graphical summary. This is the tools. So variable here is the satisfaction. Click OK. Alright, so everything will be calculated for you faster. Alright, so in this case, okay, I will be using the median, okay, as the average reporting. Why I'm using the median? Because from statistical point of view, whenever you have the p-value, Anderson-Darling normality test less than 0.05, meaning to say your curve is not a bell curve, it is slightly skewed. As you can see, this is skewed to the right. Okay, so whenever you have a skewed data distribution, all right, you need to use median, because median is more accurate to be used as a average reporting. All right, so if it is a bell shape, then we can use the mean for our average reporting. So in this case, the answer will be the average satisfaction rate on that particular system coming from the 105 respondent is 2. All right, and next I need to get the actual percentage for those who give the rating of 3, 4, 1, 2 and 5. This is where I can simply use again the pie chart. Okay, just this time substitute or replace the recorded lead time with the satisfaction. The rest it will automatically adjust for you. So from here we can easily describe that there are 5 from 105 respondent, which equivalent to 8.6%, give the rating of 5, and so forth. So this is one of the tools. Another tools that I can use is by using the tables, tally individual variables, and here I just select satisfaction into this variable box, and I want to display in terms of count and percent. I will get the same result but in a table format. Okay, very fast, very easy, no programming needed. Alright, so the next step is basically more on to find the correlation. Does rating depending on the specific section? Does rating also depending on the usage frequency? We can do it both at one time, or we can do it one at a time. So let's go for one at a time. So here, okay, I need to use 1 way ANOVA. Right, there's a reason behind it, the theoretical reason behind it. Okay, just want to show how it can ease my analytics first. Okay, the response here is satisfaction. The factor is the department. So once I click OK, the first thing that I need to have a look is at the p-value. P-value less than 0.05, indicating there is a difference between rating based on section. So some section might rate or might give a lower rating, some section might give a higher rating. So if I scroll down further, I will get this interval plot. So here we can obviously see that, okay, section 23, okay, is different from the others. The rating coming from people in section 23 basically give a lower satisfaction rating. So these tools also can be used not only to find the correlation, whether the satisfaction is depending on department, but also we can use these tools to further scoping next analytics that we want to proceed. For example, in this case, if in this particular example I need to scrutinize further, okay, finding more reason why section 23 is basically giving the low satisfaction result. Okay, so this is the answer for satisfaction versus department. And the next is on the usage frequency. So I'm using the same one we are over here, but I just replace the factor from department to usage frequency. Click OK, and the p-value is 0.881, which is more than 0.05, meaning to say we conclude that there is no difference in terms of rating given by user that use the system in different frequencies. For example, those who use the system between 11 to 20 times, okay, the rating is pretty much overlap with those who only use between 5 to 10 times and whatnot, even less than 5 times. So this show there is no correlation of usage frequency toward the satisfaction towards the satisfaction of the system. Okay, and if I were to lump sum or put all these two factors together, I need to use another hypothesis tool, which is regression. And in Minitab, we can also use regression for categorical predictors. Categorical predictors meaning to say the factor that have text form in the column. All right. So the response here is the satisfaction. There is no continuous predictors. Continuous predictors is factor that have only number data or numeric data. So I just go for these categorical predictors and select the department as well as the usage frequency and click OK. So I will get the same result actually. So from here, if we look at the department, we can see that there are two departments which having the p-value lower than 0.05, 0.009 and 0.029. So it means that certain department will have their own preference in giving rating towards the satisfaction of the system. But if you look at the usage frequency, okay, none among these three has the p-value which is less than 0.05, so indicating again tally with the one-way ANOVA, showing that usage frequency is not correlated or is not a factor that we need to worry about, okay, or affecting our satisfaction level towards the system, right? And then to further, number 5 is to determine the number and percentage of participants agree for the system to be improved further. So this is by using the information from C8, and I can simply use the pie chart again, alright, and replace with C8 over here. So I know that 28.6% or 30 out of 105 saying that no need to improve further, but majority says yes. So the same thing, if I were to use the tables, tally individual variables, I will get the same result, okay, as the pie chart. Alright. And last but not least is basically on the predictive analytics. Okay, since the survey is coming from 105 sampling, you need to predict the percent of participants agree for the system to be improved further if the survey is extended to more sampling respondent. So in this case, I need to use the proportion test, one proportion test. So what I need to use here is I just need to select the agreed system to improve further data, which is this one, and just click OK. Minitab will calculate the anticipated range if I were to increase or if the survey is being extended to another participant. So we can anticipate that 61.788% to 79.822% will say yes, the system need to be improved further. So this is how, alright, within less than 30 minutes able to complete all these analytics by using Minitab that does not require any programming for you to execute or to get result on a specific statistical analytics. So that's all. Thank you very much for watching.